Rain pelted the dusty Montana ranch like 1,000 needles, turning the earth into heavy clay by the time Emily Hart stumbled toward the barn, struggling with every step. Emily, a tough but gentle ranch hand who'd lived on these plains her whole life, never imagined herself whispering the words that slipped out of her trembling mouth that afternoon. I can't close my legs. She didn't mean it in the way someone might misunderstand. She meant she was in pain, a sharp, locking pain shooting up both thighs, freezing her in place as if the earth itself were trying to claim her. She had been breaking horses since dawn, pushing herself harder than usual after receiving a letter saying her brother's medical bills were increasing again. Money was running out, time was running out, she needed every hour of work she could get, but her muscles had finally given out, cramped, locked, trembling so violently she nearly collapsed beside the corral. Trying to take another step, she winced and cried out, gripping the wooden fence. And that was when she heard boots pounding on the ground. Rancher Cole Maddox, broad-shouldered, weather-worn, and known for never showing an ounce of fear, rushed toward her. "Emily, don't move," he ordered firmly, seeing her legs stuck wide apart, rigid as stone. His voice softened. "Tell me what's going on." She shook her head in humiliation, tears blurring her sight. "I don't know, I can't close them. They won't listen to me." She didn't want to be seen like this, weak, vulnerable, broken. But Cole didn't hesitate. He crouched down into the mud without caring that the storm soaked him to the bone. Gently, he reached down to examine her trembling legs, and his eyes widened. Beneath the denim, the muscles were knotted into hard, rock-like ropes, twitching uncontrollably as if electrified. He'd seen cramps before, exhaustion before, but nothing like this. "Emily, this isn't normal," he whispered. "There's something wrong." She tried to laugh through the panic. "Well, that's obvious." The next bolt of pain hit so hard she gasped, her nails cutting into her palms. Cole didn't waste another second. Lifting her into his arms, he began carrying her toward the barn, the one place warm enough for him to try to loosen her seized muscles. The storm howled, the sky cracked open with lightning, and Emily pressed her face into his shoulder, ashamed of her tears as she whispered, "Cole, please, don't fire me. I need this job." He paused, holding her tighter. "Emily, look at me." She didn't. She couldn't. "I'm not firing you," he said, voice thick with emotion she'd never heard from him. "I'm helping you." Inside the barn, he laid her near the hay bales, lighting a lantern as thunder rolled. Her legs still refused to move, shaking violently. "Cole," she whispered, terrified, "what if I can't walk again?" He knelt beside her, placing a warm blanket over her shoulders. "Then I'll carry you, whatever it takes." But when his hand moved lower to check the tightening muscles again, he found something unexpected, so unexpected he inhaled sharply. Emily's eyes widened. "What is it?" He swallowed slowly, staring at her with a mix of fear and realization. "Emily, this wasn't caused by overwork. There's something else here. Something lodged deep. Something I've never felt before." The storm rumbled again, but the real thunder was inside her chest. And in that moment, both of them understood that whatever was happening wouldn't just change her day, it might change her entire life. And as the lantern flickered, Cole looked into her frightened eyes and said, "Emily, we're going to get through this together." If the viewers could feel the weight of this moment, the fear, the hope, the bond forming in the middle of a storm, they'd know this story was just beginning. The barn's lantern cast golden circles across the wooden walls as Emily lay trembling, the storm outside matching the fear inside her. Cole had never looked so serious, his brows pulled together, jaw clenched as if he were holding back a truth too heavy to say out loud. Emily watched him pace, her legs still locked painfully apart, the muscles quivering with every shallow breath she took. "Cole," she whispered, gripping the blanket, "tell me, what did you find?" He knelt again, soft but shaken, placing a steadying hand near the source of the locked muscles. "It's swelling," he said carefully, "but not normal swelling. There's pressure, Deep pressure, like something's pushing outward from inside. And your muscles are reacting to protect you. She blinked, horrified. Protect me from what? Cole exhaled deeply. Emily, did you fall earlier? Did a horse kick you? Anything? She shook her head. No, I mean, I stumbled, but I didn't think it was bad. Cole rose abruptly and grabbed the medical kit kept for emergencies. You don't get this kind of internal swelling from a stumble, he murmured. Every second felt like an hour as he heated towels, massaging carefully around the rigid muscles, trying to coax them into releasing. Emily cried out once, a sharp, broken sound, but Cole didn't flinch. You have to breathe through it, he said, voice tight with concern. If you don't, the muscles will clamp down harder. She tried, tears sliding down her cheeks as she inhaled and exhaled shakily. But then something shifted, a sudden pop, deep and startling, and a wave of pain shot up her side. Emily screamed, fist slamming against the hay. Cole froze. His hand found the spot again, and when he touched it, something moved under the skin. Something small, something hard. Emily. His voice shook for the first time in years. There's something inside your thigh muscle. Her breath hitched. Something. What? A fragment, he said slowly. Metal. Bone. I can't tell, but it's pressing into the nerve, forcing your legs apart because your muscles think they're protecting you. Suddenly memories flooded back to Emily. The stumble earlier near the broken fence post, the sharp sting she brushed off, the way she kept working even though her leg felt odd. Cole. The fence. It snapped when I was mounting the colt. Something scraped me but I didn't stop. He ran a hand through his rain-soaked hair in frustration. Emily, you can't ignore pain like that. This could have paralyzed you. She tried to smile but it crumpled, replaced by a sob. I didn't have a choice. I need this job. I need the money. Cole looked at her like he was seeing her for the first time. Not just a ranch hand, but someone carrying burdens far heavier than a day's work. Emily, you're not alone anymore. And then, surprising even himself, he added, not as long as I'm here. Carefully, he pressed around the swelling again. She winced, but this time something shifted just right. The fragment moved. Her muscles loosened an inch. Emily gasped. Cole, my legs, they're moving. He nodded, relief washing over him. I just need to get the pressure off the nerve. Slowly, painstakingly, he worked the fragment away from the inflamed spot. Every movement hurt, but she breathed with him, trusting him completely. And then, finally, her muscles released. Her legs drew together, weak but free. Emily burst into tears, covering her face as relief and exhaustion flooded her. Cole sat beside her, letting her lean into him as she sobbed. You're safe, he whispered. You're okay. Hours later, the storm ended, but something deeper had begun. A friendship, a bond, a promise. Emily looked at him through puffy eyes and said, why did you stay? You could have walked away. Cole smiled softly. Because someone out there needs to hear this story. Someone who gives up too easily. Someone who pushes themselves until they break. They need to know there's always help. Always hope. He stood, offering her a hand. And if they're listening right now, they should subscribe. Because what comes next, it's something they won't want to miss. Emily took his hand, and together, they stepped into a new dawn, where healing, courage, and something unspoken waited for them both.